Ayubowan and Vanakkam, and welcome to this presentation. Kalundewa retreat is in Dambulla. It's a property that has taken a few years to develop. It started off purely as an agricultural project, 110 acres, and over the years it has added suites and now has 9 suites. In its final stage it will have 11. So it's about agriculture, and the hotel rooms and the accommodation supports the farmers' livelihoods. Let me explain this in a little bit more detail. So it's 110 acres, and when this was acquired over 10 years ago, there was no water, so you couldn't grow paddy on it. So they first started to restore the waterways and to ensure that there was plenty of water. The next step then was to make sure that the farmers, so these are independent farmers who effectively get a piece of land or rent a piece of land. They don't pay for it, but the hotel then shares in the harvest as the owners of the land share in the harvest. So to supplement that income, because agriculture hasn't done very well, they added a few rooms to support that. And today what has happened is it's primarily a rural village setting of what farmers, real farmers, not staff, go through, and you're there to experience it and visit it. It's really a wildlife experience. So when you arrive in, most often at about 5 or 6 in the evening after visit the cultural triangle, you are blown away with the noise. The frogs, the crickets, the cicadas are all having a party in the paddy fields. When I stayed there a few months ago, I had one of the 50 peacocks come to my room and start looking in and wondering who I was. And you can see up to 110 variety of birds on the property. We have bats, we have monitor lizards, we have 2 monkey troops, and these pictures are being taken from a boat. Yes, the property is so big you can do a 45-minute bird watching tour on a boat inside the property, or you can do it by foot to experience it on the border of the lake. This is my room when I stayed. Just listen to the sounds. This is early morning when I got up and I was going to do some work, and I was just in awe of the sounds, the peacefulness, and there's my laptop and my mug of coffee. You can see possibly in the distance, in the center of the frame, a moving object. That's a farmer who's cycling. So I was there doing some of my work, checking my WhatsApp, and this farmer was coming out to the field to start preparing the land. So it really gives you a natural experience. It's not that he's within the property, and you really feel that you're part of the local community. All the rooms are fully made of glass, and they have amazing views from inside of nature and wildlife. So you don't even need to leave the property, or leave your room rather. The first 4 categories of rooms don't have their private plunge pools. You have a common pool, but all the other categories have their own private pools. This is one of the duplexes, which is called Bakmi, Upper Bakmi and Lower Bakmi. This is another room. And this is the highest category of room, and this is really unique because you take a boat to go to your room, and it has its outdoor dining. It has a staircase going up to a bird watching pavilion. On the other side you have a small jacuzzi, and so you can even stay on the boat for 2 or 3 days and not go anywhere, just watch nature and enjoy your time. You can press pause to go through this, but this just helps you to understand each of the room types when you look at it compared to the rates, and it gives you a feel for what each room has. Each room is slightly different, but the first one is the lowest category and the last one is the highest category. So this experience is all about wildlife and rural experience of Sri Lanka. It's about paddy cultivated by independent farmers, and this I need to stress on. Recently, the farmers have been having a difficult time. Crops have failed because of a lack of fertilizer. And so the hotel has actually helped 25 of the farmers get bank loans, and they've underwritten the loans. So what happens when you stay with us is you're contributing to the community by way of making sure that they can have their livelihoods back. The bird watching by boat or by foot is amazing. We also have a high tea in the paddy fields, which is more of a Sri Lankan experience using our Sri Lankan traditional sweetmeats. Our cuisine is amazing, and you can just sit in your suite and see and watch wildlife all day long.